I'm going to be completely real with you. I bought real estate at the best time in the history of time ever to buy real estate. And I made great returns with real estate. But the returns that I made from my real estate investments nowhere come near the returns that I made from the investments in me. So if you're thinking, how can I make the most money possible in the least amount of time possible? It's not by just throwing your money in the stock market, although that is a great investment tool. It's not by putting your money in real estate, although real estate can be a great investment tool. It's by investing your money in yourself. These other investments, stock market and real estate investments, are more of passive investments. Now you can make them active. You can become a trader. I'm not a trader. I don't know how to trade. I also don't know how to flip real estate. I don't do those things. I'm an investor in these asset classes, and as an investor, you get smaller returns. This might be 5 to 10% annual returns over the long term. Sure, if you can find a crash and you can come in and buy, you might be able to double or triple, maybe even quadruple your returns. But still, it's going to take you a lot of time or a lot of money before you can become rich and completely financial free just from these assets. If you want to achieve that wealth sooner, it's not by putting your money into these assets. It's by putting this money here into yourself. I think everybody should be investing in stocks. And I think everybody should at least consider investing in real estate, but these are long-term investing strategies, not short-term ways on how you can increase your income or increase your wealth. So what would I do if I went back in time to when I was 20, 21 years old, I had $1,000 in my pocket and time trying to figure out what I would do? Well, the first thing that I would do is I would stop spending money, but then I would start watching as many YouTube videos as possible to learn about the different ways to earn money. I would watch as many YouTube videos as I possibly could because this is free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Don't start buying classes. Don't start throwing your money at things because you don't have that much money, so you got to be smarter with your money. So start with YouTube videos. Once you get a broad level of education, then what I would do is I would start reading books. I would go out and purchase 25 of the top business books out there by reviews and read them, because now you can get an MBA level education without paying the price of an MBA. I would start by reading 5 books on money management and investing. Then I would read 5 books on how to start a business. Then I would read 5 books on how to scale a business. Then I would read 5 books on business management. And then I would read 5 entrepreneur biographies. Find the best, most famous, your favorite entrepreneurs and read their biographies in this order. Now, there's no particular books that you need to read. Go find some of the top books out there, some of the ones that have the highest reviews, and just read them. And if each book costs you, say, $20, and you get 25 books, that means you're going to pay $500 for these books. It's going to take you some time to read them, but if you read each one of these books, I can guarantee you that after the 6 months or 9 months or 12 months it takes you to read these 25 books, you are going to have a completely different mindset on money and a completely different mindset on entrepreneurship and a completely different mindset on the world. This leaves you with $500 to invest. Now, if you have $500 to invest and you put this money in the stock market, and let's assume that you can 10x this money, you can get a 1,000% return over the next decade. Well, you're going to turn that $500 into $5,000, which, is a lot of money, but it's not life-changing money. But if you can take that $500 and invest it in yourself, you can turn that $500 into $50,000 or $500,000 or even $5 million over the next decade, depending on how you can grow this money, because now you're going to actively work to grow that money. Now, at this point, you're probably thinking, but Jaspreet, how in the world am I going to take $500 and turn it into anything significant? Well, I can tell you from experience, because I started the minority mindset companies with less than $500. I started off of making videos off of my cell phone with nothing fancy. I bought a $25 or $30 tripod off of Amazon. I didn't have any fancy lights. I didn't have any fancy editing equipment. I didn't have any fancy sound equipment. I didn't have anything fancy. No office, nothing. I recorded my videos in front of a white wall, and that was it. I just got started. Then slowly my channel started to grow, and as my channel started to grow, I started to make a little bit of money, and then I reinvested this money back into the channel. I eventually bought a camera. I eventually bought better lights. I eventually bought a microphone. I eventually bought a better editing software, and then eventually I hired an editor. I slowly started to grow because I was reinvesting back into the brand. Then as the brand started to grow, that's when I started to create my other companies. I created Briefs Media, my newsletter company. We have a newsletter company for investors called Market Briefs, and we have a newsletter for entrepreneurs called Business Briefs. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to stay up to date on the top business trends and what's happening with business and innovation trends, well, you can join Business Briefs. It's completely free. If you're an investor and you want to stay up to date on what's happening in the market trends, you can join Market Briefs. That's also free. I have the links to both of these down in the description below. I also created Market Insiders. Then I created my law firm, which I refer people to different attorneys. All of these things were created and I was able to grow them, not by spending a whole bunch of money that I didn't have, but then by marketing them and talking about them on YouTube. This way now I didn't have to go out and raise debt. I didn't have to go out and find investors to get started. I was able to be creative and I was able to self-sustain and self-fund the companies. Now here's the thing, if you try to exactly copy what I did, you're not gonna see the same success that I did because, well, it's too late for that. I learned this the hard way because we all see those classes on the internet, and this has been going on not just for the last few years, this has been going on for many, many, many years. Even before the internet was popular, you saw this on the TV infomercials of people selling the 6-step system to 6 figures a year. How do I know that? Because I bought some of these. And what they sell you is a step-by-step system that you can do to start making money. But even if you blindly follow this system and do exactly what they say, you're not going to see the same returns as somebody else because it's already been done. You don't see the same returns when you just copy somebody else. But you can see the big returns if you understand it and you apply it. And this is what real education is about. It's being able to copy and then apply. Not copy to do, but copy to understand and then apply this education to your life. This is why you need to be educated, and the way you can learn now is investing in your own financial education. Start by reading books. Then once you start doing something and you start making some money, now you can start reinvesting more in your education. Maybe start buying more classes. Maybe start buying coaching. Each level of education starts to become more expensive. At the base, start with YouTube. It doesn't cost you a penny. Then you can start reading books. $20, $15, $25 for a book. You start investing your money in that. Then as you start doing and you start making more money, now you can start buying classes. This might be $50 to $2,000, $3,000 per class. Once you start making some money from this, then you can start buying coaching. This might be $3,000 to $300,000. Now you start investing in that coaching and you want to get the returns from that. Then you can start investing in consulting. That's going to be even more than that. And then on and on and on. This education never ends because there's always going to be somebody that knows more than you. There's always going to be somebody who has achieved more than you, and there's always going to be somebody that you can learn from. But you have to get started and understand what are your goals. Now, of course, not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody is cut out to do it, and not everybody's going to succeed. But if you're willing to put in the work, if you're willing to take on the risk, and if this is something that you want to do, then invest in yourself. Because yes, there is a lot of value of investing your money into the markets. That's something everybody should do. But if you really want to become wealthier sooner, you're going to have to increase your income. And the best way for you to do that is by investing in your mind. If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you got to do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.